there's more in water than what you think. It's not just drinking water. Our plant is a 5.6 million gallon a day plant, but on average we produce 2 million gallons a day. That place, the water plant operates 24/7. It's never shut down. We have one man running it at all times. During the day, during the week, we have up to 3 people there. We have a chief operator, which takes care of the paperwork, things like that. And then a trainee, which our trainee now was our grade all over. We moved over there. This trainee position was another thing that Dee and I discussed a while back. One of the problems with getting a water plant operator or a wastewater plant operator for that is you have to have a license and you have to have a year's experience before you can become an operator. You get one that retires or leaves, you don't have an operator, then you got to train somebody for a year before they can touch the plant. Well, this position was created and we got them going over to the water plant and wastewater plant, and they get a little license, so they're valuable in both plants. I was able to do that at another place that I worked at before I came back to the city. And it's very, very valuable. You got a guy that leads a wastewater plant, you can go there. You got a guy that leads a water plant, you can go there. So we always have somebody there. And we've had, what was it, 4 people that have gone through that program?
Yeah, one of our better guys that left to go to Arkansas, he got a job with the city in Arkansas like that, because he was trained, had his license.
Hurt my feelings pretty bad, but that's what we have, and that's one of the employees that will be at the wastewater plant also. So, water plant's pretty straightforward. After hours though, after 3 o'clock, and they become dispatch for our after hours call out. So we have, if somebody goes through that's stopped up for a water break, they call the main number, it goes to the water plant calls the port that's on call and sends them out. So that's a good thing we have somebody there 24 hours, and they know what's going on. It's not like they just dispatch out, they kind of can supervise and,
Because, I think it's important, some of our water plant operators are former garbage truck drivers,
Yeah.
They're former operators, and they've come up through the ranks.
Definitely. So then I'll move on to the wastewater plant. Basically the same type of operations, but just other than it. They maintain and operate they treat the wastewater that's coming into the plant. They make it safe so we can put it back out into the system. You guys don't know where the wastewater is, it's nasty. But they got to clean it before we can put it back in over there in the coastal canal. And so you got to maintain these levels the TCQ sets for EPA. You got to deal with them a lot. So our plant is a 25 million gallon a day plant. You look at your water plant, which is 5.6 million. You look at your wastewater plant, it's 25 million. They doesn't add up, right? Well, the reason being is to compensate for the rainwater that comes into our system. When we have floods and things, it infiltrates into the sewer lines, and a lot of times during rains, people will call and say sewer stopped up. Well, that's because of our system. Our sewer system is older. Michael will get into it whenever he does his explanation next couple of weeks or whatever. But water leaks into his pipes and it just charges the system up. So sewer plant has to pump it down, has to treat a bunch of rainwater that's unnecessary. So normally they treat less than 2 million gallons a day, but during a heavy rain event, they've been up to 23 million gallons a day. Yeah, it's amazing how much rainwater gets in there.
And when the plant was built, it was built with that in mind. Infiltration is a problem that we will never solve. All we can do is try to control it.
Slow it down, but it won't hurt stop it. So then they have 2 lift stations, and one of them's about to be rebuilt with the operate also. We have 1 chief operator and 2 operators, and then that trainee that goes back and forth from the water plant to sewer plant. So he does maintenance and he trains through there. Back in the day, there was 2 more positions there was 1 in the water plant, and there was 1 in the wastewater plant. There were superintendents. They did away with those positions and let that chief take care of those positions. Last position, I can't forget, our septic receiving station. He's one of our favorite guys, I guess. We always talk about his name's Carl. There's 1 operator over there. That's where the Johnny on the squat trucks. I don't know if you guys are familiar. They come in. We have a facility that they come dump, and they pay to dump in our system, and we treat it as a water plant. Now it's municipal waste. It's not industrial waste or anything like that. But we have somebody that hands it, make sure that it's not something lethal or dangerous or anything like that. And that position sometimes creates a little bit of overtime, but it makes the money for itself to cover that.
So the station generates between $300,000 and $500,000 a year in revenue, which is set against the water bills and sewer bills. So if we didn't have the septic receiving station, our citizens would be paying between $300,000 and $500,000 more for water and sewer service.
How long was we built that? Like 10 years?
7 or 8 years ago, so we,
18?
Yeah, well, actually, it's about
10 years ago.
4 days ago, we've been gone 5.
Yeah. We built that, yeah, yeah, it was a good deal.
I mean, you know, every time I've been by there, it's been clean.
It's over
It
10.
stays clean.
Oh, Boogie does a great job.
Yeah.
It's his plant, and you know, yeah, very
You're
proud.
amazing somebody else comes to work here, so they'll do a good job. He does. No, that's good. I'm glad we have employees like that.
And right next to that is our wash rat.
Right.
We built it, when we designed it, we just said, well, we might as well put the wash rat next to it, and then we've got the septic receiving station.
So, that's pretty much what I have, unless you guys have some more questions. But we'll definitely come up with some more. I know Mike was gonna have something to tell you guys later, and John will tell you guys some stuff about their departments specifically. But,
Well, thanks for coming and talking to us. That was very informative. New guys.
Good job, George.
I'd like to ask, how many people would you really need to hire? Because you're down some and you're up some and you're down some, so how many people would you really need?
if we could just hire the ones that we're down right now, we would make some headway, we really would. Now, as far as the streets and drainage, that department, two laborers would help, but I need 2 operators. I
So
really-
in a total of how many people?
So
For
right
all
now,
the departments,
that was
right.
4, and then, I mean, if I could have more, I'd love to have 6 employees altogether would help me out
Yeah.
tremendously. But I know that for sure 4 is what I need right now, you know what I mean? So,
We need 2 operators, 2 like,
for sure.
Have y'all contacted any of our civil contractors around to see if they wanted to lease out some of their operators?
We talked about that today.
Yeah,
We talked about
that's something
that.
that we're gonna have to look at.
I mean, if we have if potentially you have a salary not being used, I get it, you're gonna probably use it somewhere else, if not, but
Well, but for example, the operators of the street program, we need them, what, maybe 10 or 12 weeks during the summer?
Sure.
Yeah, but it doesn't make sense to hire an operator for 12 months when you just need them for 2 or 3 months.
I understand
So
that.
that's how come we're going to very seriously look at going to the local unions and see if we can find someone that we can hire temporarily that's on a contract basis.
Especially if it's vacation relief or whatever you want, I mean, you know.
but we still need some, we still need some other employees to help out. Correct?
Yeah, but you can't do everything with laborers.
Right.
Right, I understand, I didn't say laborers,
Yeah.
I said employees. Trained, you know, valid, people that have.
Our first goal is to get back to our staffing, which is going to be, what are we down now, 2? And we're down, what, 4 altogether?
That's 4 altogether.
Yeah, we need to hire 4 more people just to get back to our budget staffing.
Well, I know a little bit of time, we do have some training for those operators that we're missing, and we've got some very good potential, but there's just a little bit of fine tuning and some work that we need to do with them. We don't want to jump the gun and put them in those positions if they're not ready. So-
Right, well, they have to make that decision where they want to progress or
Right,
stay the same, that's just the way life is.
right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That's a lot of help.
Do we have any other reports or citizen comments? Okay, we'll move on. Nothing for the mayor. Item number 7, city attorney.
Thank you, Mayor. We have ordinance number 2021-01. An ordinance rescinding ordinance number 2020-13 and reenacting an ordinance directing the sale of real property located within the city of Rose near the intersection of 32nd Street and Texas State Highway 73 by public auction. Authorizing the deed to said property and directing the publishing of notice of such auction, including the description of said property, its location, and the date, time, and place of sale.
I make a motion that we accept the ordinance number 2021-01.
A second.
Have a motion and a second to accept the ordinance 2021-01. question. We had to redo it because
Well,
we're off the news, couldn't get it in the paper?
Well, we just wanted $3,000, and Kim was able to get it done legally for $2,000 less, for about $1,000. So we just thought it was crazy to spend, what, $3,000 for this publishing.
Exactly.
So we went ahead and went with the Examiner, Chris.
The
Kim.
Examiner, that's somebody that's local, that I can get in touch with easier, and,
Yeah,
we're gonna give them a try.
that's good. That's very good.
So this will satisfy our print,
Yes, it does.
and it's also gonna be on the websites, I assume, or any of our pages? or
We can put it on our, we can put it on our website.
That's not a problem if you
Yeah.
want that to happen.
We can-
I mean,
That's a good idea.
Well, I would like, I think they need to know where we've moved to, because everybody knew everything used to come out in the news.
yeah.
So they would know that it's gonna be, in the
I
exam.
thought we were talking about the notice of the auction.
Well, the notice of the
Both.
auction also.
Okay, we'll be happy to do that.
Yeah, just a footnote, hey, the notice of the auction's in the Examiner,
Gotcha.
and that'll,
Or what I was thinking, we can put the actual notice on the website,
That'll work.
that's
and
Yeah.
that'd probably be easier.
just as good.
Okay.
Have any other questions? Being no questions, we'll vote on the motion. Mayor votes aye. Mayor Pro Tem Baton, Councilmember McAdams,
Aye.
Councilmember Dugas,
Uh,
motion passes. Okay. Item 8, City Manager invoices.
Mayor and Council, the invoice approval list for January 4th, 2021 is as follows. Brentag, polymer for the water treatment plant, $8,257.50. Delta Industrial Service, hose for the fire department, $15,962. Motorola radios for the fire department through a 2020 SHSP grant, $8,383.76. TCEQ annual wastewater permit fee for fiscal 2021, $31,438. Tyler Technologies computer system software for Encode, which will allow us to pay by the social coronavirus fund, allowing for pay stubs to be emailed instead of hand delivered, $7,228 for a total of $71,269.26.
I want the motion that we pay the city invoice list from January the 4th, 2021.
a second.
Have a motion and a second to pay the invoices for January 4th, 2021. Do you have any questions? The hoses, are these replacements or
Yes, sir.
just budgeted new every
It's
year?
budget, well, we're trying to upgrade our hose. Our hose is getting old and wearing out. We're having more bust when we test it annually. So we're trying to up it and replace all that stuff.
All right.
So this is replacing hose?
Ma'am?
Is this replacing hose?
Yes, ma'am.
Any other questions? Being none, we'll vote. Mayor votes aye. Mayor Pro Tem Baton,
Aye.
Councilmember McAdams, Councilmember Dugas. Motion passes. Item number 9 would be any council member comments.
Yeah, we, looking at, changing some, ordinances to, strengthen some of the ordinances we have on duplexes and, these dump truck services.
Actually zoning, or zoning.
I'm sorry, zoning, ordinances, zoning, is to, strengthen what we've been working on for years with the city, to make it a better place and keep it the way we've, enjoyed it all these years. I was just letting, Mark and Rhonda know that, it's gonna be coming up and there'll be meetings, with the, Planning and Zoning Commission, correct, Dee?
Well, I'm going to bring Adam in probably the first meeting in February, and Adam's going to give you a rundown, he and Don, on the problems we're having. And basically, we have so many dump truck businesses that are opening up on Main Avenue, And they've got an idea on how to improve the zoning ordinance so we don't have so many opening up on Main Avenue. And they've got some good ideas. I think it's time to look at them. You know, it's tough when you go down there. I never dreamed in a million years that you'd have a dump truck business and next door residents. And we need to do some things to protect the residents and maybe some non-dusting and some fence requirements and different things. So Don and Adam have been working on that, and they're boots on the ground. So they'll be here
Yeah, they're doing a good job.
meeting in February to basically have a discussion with the council, answer questions, and kind of put forth what they think would be helpful as far as an amendment to the ordinance.
Well, that's what I was trying to, I know Rhonda and them, you know, I've been very, I live there.
I live
So
right
I've been
down the
very
street.
diligent on that one, because I'm tired of seeing them, muddy streets, traffic unbelievable, tearing the roads up. So I've been very diligent with Tom and Dee and, Don and Dee and Adam about it, and I just wanted the other councilmen to know that, there's stuff coming up, and that, you know, Don and Adam will, at some point, there'll be some type of meeting to, do this. I'm sure that we can't attend in abundance, but y'all can have the opportunity to talk to those people.
Is Don back at work?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, when did he come back to work?
They came back today.
Today?
Today? Okay. Because I had called him and emailed him, and I didn't know he was still out sick.
Now, I will, based on the growth around here and all the building going on, it's not unusual for Don to have 20 or 30 messages a day. Yeah.
Easy.
So he'll get back. If you go call him, he will get back to you.
That's all I got, Chris, thank you.
Absolutely, thank you. Any other comments?
Just want to say, appreciate being here tonight. You know, I appreciate y'all including me on Zoom 2 weeks ago on the first meeting that I was able to attend. But I really appreciate being here tonight, and I appreciate y'all's help and support.
Absolutely, thank you. Rhonda? Anything?
No, I'm just concerned about the dump truck business as well.
Well, that being said, we'll adjourn this meeting at 5:40.